now.
It just loaded 5 minutes to YouTube.
Maybe it says snap.
Yeah, so you can snap a photo of an accident.
Oh, okay.
And that photo is stored on the device.
Okay.
Doesn't get uploaded. Done.
Why on milk factory?
See, have a look down there, you can see a river. I always wanted to kayak that river.
Oh, yeah?
Every time I drive over it, I thought one day I'm going to kayak that thing.
Yep. Where do you get in and where do you get out?
Well, Wyong is where it starts, which is just over there. It's the pub goes drained into the Tuggerah Lakes,
Okay.
and it goes right almost to Wollongong.
Well, not where the pines are.
Wollongong, yeah, not Wollongong. Yeah, there's heaps of places around Australia where there's similar name places around them.
Yeah, I think, but God help me. We have to think of something a bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, how many k's in there?
Don't know. Looks like it.
I'd say so.
So everyone's banging past.
Yeah.
Does that record sound or just the...
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Our whole conversation is now on YouTube.
It'll be fascinating listening for someone one day, won't it? I suppose if ever I said something, go, no, you didn't say that. I'll go, right, go to YouTube. Shouldn't he have a flag on that?
It's not hanging over more than a metre.
Really? That looks awfully close. Don't you reckon?
About 60 centimetres, something. Wouldn't that be a vehicle to buy?
Which one?
An ex-ambulance.
This one in front?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Why would you want to be driving around something that carried around a whole lot of dead people?
I owned an ambulance.
Hey?
I owned an ambulance.
Why?
Because it was a 1969 Valiant.
Oh, what'd you do with it?
Sold it.
Why?
Because I was doing up a next big coupe at the time.
Wow.
The amount of K's that vehicle would have done.
Oh, it's got nice velour curtains in it.
Yeah.
Turquoise even. Big crematoriums up here, isn't it? That's where Teresa's husband had his funeral. And yeah, it's a fair way from their place, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's pretty much the only one on the Central Coast. There's two right beside each other.
Oh. What university